Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Davo from Esports, bringing you a Starcraft 2 1v1 cast today, this time between two very special players, and on Ohana. In the top left-hand corner today, we have our green Zerg, who goes by the name of Zictomini. And if you don't know, he is the WCS ESL UK champion at the moment. Yeah, we actually went to go and see him. We interviewed him, so if you want to go and see that interview, just simply go and check it out. It's as easy as that. It is on our channel somewhere. In the bottom right-hand corner today, we have Mr. Dragon himself. Oh, Dragon is a very, very well-known Korean player. Excellent. And I'm really genuinely looking forward to seeing what this game has to offer in the way of fun times and lols. Excellent. Now, Zictomini's creep spread is usually very, very good. That's something that we have seen from him before, and I'm fairly sure we might see the 14 hatch, 14 pool going down from Zictomini, as well as he is building his way up to his 300 minerals right now. He has sent a drone out, but that is just a scouting drone. Zictomini being very careful with his scouting, and then this little fella here looks like he might become the hatchery. There it is, hatchery going down. Excellent. Meanwhile, Dragon blocking off the top of his ramp, as is customary, versus Zerg to prevent any sort of run by from your Zerg opponent or anything like that. Zictomini also completing his little sweep round, making sure there aren't any proxy racks or any funny business like that on the map anywhere, because that could be pretty devastating to Mr. Zictomini right about now. And now it is Dragon's turn to scout, as he will be going up the map and trying to see what exactly is going on. And he will see what exactly is going on. He will go and scout and see a very economic opener of the pool, and hatchery gone down at around 14-15 kind of time, and nothing too much to worry about in the immediate future from Dragon. Of course, he probably does expect this, and bam, we have another command center going down. Very, very nice indeed. And we will probably see a bunker going down on top of the ramp as well, just to prevent any shenanigans from coming round and ruining Dragon's day. Meanwhile, the spawning pool just finishes, and another command center going down as well, so it does actually look like Dragon is going to be going and just expanding, double expanding. He might use this one just to supply his mineral lines with SCVs for a little while. That is something that we have seen before, but I don't know, man. Anything is open at this point. I mean, Dragon at the moment only has one unit producing structure, and that is his barracks. He's also a tad supply blocked as well, which I'm not sure professional players are meant to do, but there you are. Dragon indeed getting slightly, if not very, supply blocked. There we go. And the supply blockage just coming off right there. Meanwhile, we have a mule called in just to mine that 30 minerals per trip instead of your normal 5. But here we go, we do have Zictomini coming in with some Zerglings right now, and Dragon is going to want to be pretty careful about what he does. That bunker thrown down in a really, really nice position indeed. That will help him in the future defend this. Oh, unfortunately, Dragon not quick enough with the blocking right here, and the Zerglings are going to get in and be able to do oh so much damage. But the Zerglings don't really want to attack into that, especially when there's a Marine just spraying them down like that. So they're not going to do anything like that today. But instead, the SCVs are going to go on a noble crusade against the Zerglings and try and take them out. These Marines here not having any of it though. And the Zerglings are going to have to be forced to play at least slightly defensively, or just move back to Zictomini's base. And now, none but two of the Zerglings survive, and it does look like Zictomini is going to pull back with them and be very, very careful with them, and that's probably the better idea currently. No issues there. Hatchery cancelled right there by Zictomini. It might have been a little bit of, well, it might have been a hex to the left by accident, so there we are. I'm going to go ahead and suppose that's what happened right there. And we do have a Roach Warrant on the way as well for Zictomini, and of course Roach is nicely armoured. they let Zerg transition very smoothly into the mid game. That is kind of what they're for. So we do have that. Is my fraps okay? I think it is. Okay. I think it's all good. It froze for a little bit there, but I think it's okay now. Crazy. Amazing. Yeah. But yeah, Roaches allow Zerg to transition very nicely into the mid game, whereas, well, that's basically it. That's my point. That is it. Hooray. We have another factory coming down here from Dragon, and that does look like it's going to be going to put a Hellion on it, so we are going to see lots and lots of Hellions out, a reactor even going to be put on it, and supply depots closing off the top of the ramp right now, so we're not going to see a bunker on top unless Dragon feels like he needs to have a bunker on top. But at the moment, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look that way at all. Siege tank going to come out of one of these factories. Siege tech not actually researched yet. That is something that Dragon will want to look into. Zictomini's creep spread is looking like it could turn pretty crazy pretty soon. So that's pretty cool. I hope that we're going to see the creep spread like we saw against players like Johnny Rico and Muslim in the ESL UK finals, because that would be pretty freaking cool. By the way, Johnny Rico, very, very good player indeed. Very respectable player. That's all I'm going to say about that. But look at this creep spread. It is absolutely crazy. And some could call this Zictomini's kind of style. He loves his creep spread. He loves it. And that is one thing that Terran players find very, very difficult to deal with, is the amount of creep spread that he does, basically. This command center here is actually just pumping SCVs into the mineral line like that, and that does help Terran quite a lot. If we look at the SCV count right now, it's 48. That's a relatively large amount of SCVs, seeing as Zictomini did basically get away with that circling harassment. That did work. So, you know, Dragon not looking too bad for SCVs. Lots of that could be merited off the fact he does have that third command center just pumping SCVs away, and we do have 2 more barracks coming down for Dragon right now as well. So we're going to see like a very, very mixed kind of composition right now for Dragon. That's something that we will be seeing, is that mixed composition. Meanwhile, Zictomini having another little scout about right about now as well, deciding there's not a whole lot going on. He's going to just come bombing down here, and he is probably going to be seen by Dragon's Hellions, which would be very wise to pull back right now, as Hellions not the best against armoured units. Complete. That's kind of their Achilles heel, as it were. These Roaches are going to want to pull back as soon as possible right now, because they do not want to go up against these Marines and Siege tanks like this. That could be very, very difficult for them indeed. Siege tech on the way right now, which of course is a very, very important upgrade for any Terran to have when wielding Siege tanks. Third base gone down right now for Zictomini, and we do have a Spire almost finishing up. Where is it? Where are you, Mr. Spire? Where are you? Wow. Either I just looked at it and couldn't see it, and that would be very, very embarrassing, or something like that. Lots of Banelings coming in right now, but not enough Banelings to ruin Dragon's day at all. But these Banelings here do need to get focused down. Not the greatest of catastrophes that they weren't. The Terran army still lives on and survives. It just really, really depends if Zictomini is going to have more Banelings on the field. Currently, the supply is higher for Zictomini, but the Banelings that were morphing on the ramp there are going to be very unlucky and get taken out. And it does look like this push from Dragon could be the last push, perhaps. That could be very interesting to see. And Dragon just literally pushing into his opponent's base right now, having a whale of a time, but it does look like maybe this will get cleared up through the use of getting drones pushed off. More units rallying up here from Dragon, and it does look like this could be the end for Zictomini. He has just pulled all of his probes off his natural. The Overlords are getting destroyed quite quickly. Of course, Zictomini will not be supply blocked from this anytime soon. Mutalisks on the way, which could completely diversify this game versus Dragon, because Zictomini doesn't actually have much anti-air on him at all. Sorry, Dragon doesn't have much anti-air on him at all. So, I mean, these Mutalisks could come into effect and really, really help quite a lot. In fact, that's one thing we probably will see right now. Dragon being wise, spreading out his Marines, but I don't think it will be enough. The Broodlings from the downed hatchery and the Glaive Words from the Mutalisk are going to be able to take down this whole attacking force simply because of Dragon's lack of anti-air. He has no option just to pack up his tank and attempt to go home, but of course it is way over for the tank before he even gets to go home. And SCV's cleared up as well. I mean, that was a good attack from Dragon. Pity he wasn't able to follow it up too well because of the lack of the anti-air there. I mean, if he had included more Marines, maybe a few more Vikings or something like that, or like actually got some Vikings in the first place, that might not have been GG, but of course Mutalisks are very, very... That might not have been... that might have been a GG, sorry. But of course Mutalisks are actually pretty good against Vikings in the first place, but one thing Mutalisks aren't that good against is this amount of Marines. Now these guys need to run away right now. Dragon quite simply biding his time right now, doing all he can. Only just getting stim, actually, which is kind of funky. But of course, Mutalisks, when sat directly over the top of stim Marines, tend to do this thing called dying very, very quickly indeed. So it's something that Zictomini will be kind of waiting for, is stim to kind of pop out right now. But we do have a grand total of 20 Mutalisks on the field right now. And I mean, Mutalisks do reach this point occasionally where they'll be kind of at a critical mass. I mean, they'll do so much damage, and if you destroy one, it matters so little that you can pretty much roll your opponent with mass Mutalisk. I mean, I don't think Zictomini has quite that many Mutalisks just yet. But he is definitely getting there at the moment. And these Marines are going to be coming in here and trying to take down the Mutalisks, but it isn't going to be enough just yet, unfortunately, for the Marines. Hopefully this supply depot doesn't explode while they're standing on top of it. It does actually look like it is going to. I think Dragon needs to get in there with an SCV and repair that supply depot instantaneously, otherwise it is going to go up in flames. 1+ weapons on the way for Dragon right now, and that will definitely help him against the mass Mutalisk combination that Zictomini has. Zictomini now got 25 Mutalisks on the field. And of course, that is quite a lot of Mutalisk now. You could almost say that Zictomini is going mass Mutalisk. One missile turret here isn't really going to stand a chance. If Zictomini felt like it, he could probably just roll straight over that missile turret. No questions asked. One thing he couldn't run straight over is this many Marines. And it does look like Zictomini, if these Banelings go down, could be in a pretty hard place. And the Hellions, they're doing some really good work to try and get the Banelings down, but not quite getting that last shot off, which is oh so important. Nice split there by Dragon, stopping his Marines getting completely eaten up by Banelings right there. But it does look like, by and large, his army will get completely eaten again. Many thanks from the massive amount of Mutalisks. 24 Mutalisks coming in from the right-hand side there and doing a hell of a lot of damage. And we do have his Mutalisks moving right down right now for a swift counter-attack. And this could hurt Dragon a lot, seeing as Zictomini has the maneuverability and he has the units to actually just do a massive counter-attack very, very quickly indeed. This many Marines, they don't really stand a chance against so many Mutalisks, and it does look like Zictomini is indeed in a pretty dangerous... Sorry, Dragon is in a pretty dangerous situation at the moment. I mean, Mutalisks ahoy for Mr. Zictomini at the moment. We also have 5 more Mutalisks on the way, and it does look like it might very well be curtains for Dragon indeed. And there is a GG from Dragon. Zictomini GGing as well, and there we are. Zictomini, honestly, one of these massive up-and-coming players who is just actually pretty damn fantastic. Yeah. I'm really sorry if there was any video issues in this cast. That's one of the reasons we haven't actually casted anything recently, is because we are having massive problems for some reason since the latest Starcraft patch came out. We don't know why, but it's just been happening that we are having big problems with with our fraps. So we're going to be trying and using XSplit instead, and there are going to be lots of teething pains and stuff like that. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Thanks for putting up with the video quality if it was terrible. Sorry about that. Have a nice day. Enjoy playing Starcraft, and I'll see you next time. Yeah. Also, go and check out our interview with Zictomini because it's really good. Bye!